What is up guys, how are you doing? Before today's video starts, really quickly, I just want to say a huge thank you to Future Cities Catapult for reminding us to smart cities last week, and today's video in particular is a really interesting interview we did with Cleverciti systems. They're doing this whole they're doing parking, but they're monitoring it on a level that is really... It's just really interesting. They have these small sensors that they go on buildings, and it's really cool stuff, and I highly recommend you watch because it could be the future of where you park. Who knows? Just check it out. We're currently at Cleverciti. So do you want to give us introduce yourself and then give us a quick rundown of what Cleverciti is?
Okay. Hi, I'm Max from Cleverciti. We are a Munich-based IoT company producing smart sensors scanning the street for free parking spaces. So in the end, you will never search a parking spot, you will find one. So for example, we are deployed in a couple cities, for example Dubai. We will now be deployed in Westminster. We are in Rotterdam and 20 more other projects around the world. So we have an app, we have the sensors, they scan the street, you take the app, just choose a parking spot and be navigated right to it.
So the thing with parking spots is that they're very dynamic, right? You can't reserve a physical space. You can sort of type it in on your phone, but whilst you're on your way there, someone might park. So does it sort of look for other spots? So if you gave someone a spot and then someone else parks there, for example.
You're totally right. It's not possible to reserve the parking spot, the dedicated parking spot. But as soon as somebody reaches your parking spot that you are navigated to, the system renews every 3 seconds. So we know right away somebody parked in your spot, we navigate you to the closest next parking spot. But we do have a reserve function in the matter of as soon as you are approaching the parking spot, it gets deleted for other people using the app. Right. So not everybody gets jumped to the same.
So spot. What's the so as you said, it updates every 3 seconds, which is in this realm. It's more or less real time, but it's not. But you know, cars aren't moving in and out of spots sort of within 3 seconds as such. So what do you see what do users get in terms of being able to see what's going on? So they see sort of whether a space is empty or free, but do they get other information on top of that?
I mean, what's the main point? What's really interesting for you as a person approaching your destination is you will just enter your destination and we will find you the closest parking spot. You don't have to care about anything. You know you will have the closest one, and if you approach it and it's been taken, we still gonna find you the closest one to your destination. So it's all about the parking, but also in the app we do have a lot of other functions. We do have, for example, a prediction function. Right. Since we collect only the data of the free and occupied parking spaces, that's the only data we're collecting, we can, out of this history, do a forecast. So we can tell you what's the possibility of finding a parking spot at, let's say, Saturday, 8 p.m. At Piccadilly Circus. Yeah. So you probably won't need an app to know that you won't find a parking spot. But yes, we can tell you the average time you will search for a parking spot and also the possibility of finding one.
And in terms of hardware, so if someone wants to go about installing this, what's the hardware requirement? There's if you follow me real quick, there's this little box right here, right? So there's this. So we move back over to here. So tell us about this box in particular.
So this is our so-called short-range sensor. This one you would mount on an existing lamppost. You just take your on-street lamppost, mount it like right here. On there it takes us around 6 to 10 minutes if everything is prepared. We just need power supply and an internet connection. We use all the standard internet connections there are.
Yeah. And so how many does that detect car-wise? How many could you?
It depends on the height you mount the system. Yeah. We are right now in Ljubljana, Slovenia. We detect with our long-range sensor, the sensor right here. 2 of them, we detect far more than 300 vehicles with 2 sensors.
And what's the degree of accuracy with that in terms of A, being able to tell it's a car, and B, sort of knowing where it is?
Okay, the accuracy of the parking spaces to see how big is the parking space, how big are the cars that are parked there, is 25 centimeters. So even if we can monitor 300, I think it's 380 cars, it's still on 25 centimeters precise, and the accuracy rate of our system is 99.6%. So we are pretty precise.
And if you want to sort of integrate this, so if I'm a council, for example, and I install this at a car park and I want to charge, is this something you can sort of use as either to be it to sort of get reminders, or does it integrate with other apps?
We can integrate other functionalities in our app, but we can also white label our app. That means we can integrate our app into existing apps. For example, a shopping mall in the USA, you choose your favorite store you want to approach, just type in the name of, I don't know, Toy Story, or Toys R Us it's called, and you will find the closest parking spot to that store, even if it's inside the mall. There are a bunch of different use cases. So yeah, having different functionalities in our app or in a third-party app is always a matter of what the customer wants. This is now live, Bad Hersfeld, that's close to Frankfurt. You see the occupancy of the parking spaces, and if you look closely, it should change every couple seconds.
Interestingly, it does also show the direction of cars parked. Yeah. Like it knows how they're parked as well as where they're parked.
If you go really closely, you see how stupid some people park. I mean, he will have trouble to get out of his car.
Yeah.
And you see the size. Now you saw it changing. You see the size of each car. That's changed again.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.